My people, this is the voice of Edward. It has just been gathered that the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, has decided to join in this Israeli and Hamas saga. Ladies and gentlemen, at the point of gathering this report, it was gathered that Putin has instructed his army general to have a one-on-one interaction or meeting for them to know when and how they can strike at once. So officially, Russia are now part of this ongoing saga. Like, share, and comment on this video from wherever you're watching from. Watch this video till the end and get the actual update on how everything is going down and where Russia are planning to strike from and how they are going to do it, because it is no longer news that the US are very much supporting the Israeli. Like, share, and be commenting on this video, and make sure you watch this video till the end to get the full gist and update about what is going on with Russia and the Israeli-Hamas saga.
In the midst of the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the situation has taken a significant turn with the involvement of Russia. After Russia and the United Arab Emirates called an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, Russian President Vladimir Putin convened an emergency meeting with his top military generals, adding another layer of complexity to an already tense situation. In a moment, we take a closer look at the military operations. Amid rising tensions in the Middle East, Russian President Vladimir Putin demonstrated his strategic acumen by convening a high-stakes meeting with his top military generals. The purpose of this meeting was to discuss the evolving situation, particularly in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and to define a plan of action that would not only protect Russia's interests, but also influence the dynamics of the region. During this important meeting, Putin issued a series of strategic orders, each of which has important implications for regional and global geopolitics. Known for his strategic acumen, Russian President Vladimir Putin has orchestrated a series of calculated moves that will resonate far beyond his country's traditional sphere of interest. In an effort to assert Russia's influence in the wider geopolitical sphere, Putin issued a strategic directive to mobilize Russian strategic bombers for scheduled flights over the Sea of Japan. While this decision initially seemed unrelated to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, it was a well-thought-out move with many strategic implications. At the heart of these exercises was the aim to showcase Russia's advanced military capabilities. By conducting planned flights over the Sea of Japan, Russia aimed to demonstrate its air power, emphasizing its ability to project force over large distances. The strategic deployment of strategic bombers was a visual proof of Russia's long-range strike capabilities. These exercises involved a variety of aircraft, such as two 95MS and two 22M3 strategic bombers, each equipped with the latest technology and ammunition. The fact that the Sea of Japan is far from Russia's European borders gave the exercises added significance. These flights symbolized Russia's operational reach and global importance. They emphasized that Russia can quickly and effectively project its military power not only in its immediate neighborhood, but also far beyond its traditional sphere of interest. The Sea of Japan served as a backdrop against which Russia could demonstrate its ability to operate in vast maritime spaces. Putin's strategic goal in these exercises was to convey that Russia is not just a passive observer, but an active and assertive participant in global geopolitics. The aim of these actions was to challenge existing power dynamics and disrupt the status quo. By demonstrating Russia's readiness to operate in the Sea of Japan, Putin aimed to emphasize Russia's readiness to influence events and conflicts that go beyond its traditional sphere of interests. One of the most striking manifestations of Putin's strategic orders following the exercises was the direct and daring airstrikes carried out by Russian warplanes. These airstrikes targeted Israeli positions in the western region of Idlib, with a particular focus on the area around the village of Sheikh Yusuf. The choice to launch such an attack signaled a significant and assertive intervention in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The airstrike on Israeli positions near the village of Sheikh Yusuf in the western Idlib province was a meticulously planned and daring operation carried out by Russian warplanes. The operation began with extensive planning by Russian military strategists. It was not an act of haste, but rather a well-thought-out move. Russian intelligence had probably gathered very important information about Israel's positions and importance in the region. Russian military authorities coordinated the deployment of fighter jets, targeting equipment and support aircraft for the mission. The operation involved multiple fighter jets working together to ensure precision and effectiveness. The choice of Idlib, an area not typically associated with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, was strategic. It emphasized Russia's readiness to confront Israeli forces in several locations. The village of Sheikh Yusuf was a special focus of the operation. The offensive began with the synchronized launch of precision-guided munitions from Russian warplanes. These munitions were designed to strike Israeli positions with accuracy and power. The strikes targeted numerous strategic targets associated with Israeli forces in the region. The airstrikes led to intense clashes between Russian warplanes and Israeli defense systems. Israeli forces took countermeasures to defend their positions, leading to dramatic air clashes. Russian warplanes targeted a number of Israeli military assets. These included military bases, supply depots, command and control centers and artillery positions. The aim was to disrupt and neutralize Israel's core capabilities in the region. The duration and intensity of the operation was remarkable. It was not a limited or symbolic airstrike, but a continuous interaction with Israeli positions. The intensity of the air battles and the amount of ammunition used showed the seriousness of Russia's intervention. The airstrike had far-reaching consequences. It was a bold declaration of Russia's readiness to actively participate in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The operation underlined Russia's expanding role in the region and the evolving dynamics of the conflict. The choice of Israeli positions as the target of the airstrike was a clear indication of Russia's readiness to confront Israeli forces in the context of the ongoing conflict. This action underscored Russia's determination to actively participate in shaping the course of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. By engaging directly with Israeli military positions, Russia sent a strong message of its readiness to challenge and influence the dynamics of the conflict. Putin's decision to intervene in Idlib, a region historically outside Russia's direct sphere of influence, was meaningful. It emphasized Russia's intention to expand its sphere of influence and defend its presence in areas that have not traditionally been part of its geopolitical focus. The airstrike on Israeli positions in Idlib was not just a military operation, it was a Russian statement on reshaping the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It showed Russia's willingness to take bold steps and confront key leaders in the region. The attack marked a shift in the conflict dynamics and proved that Russia will take a more active and effective role in mediating and participating in efforts to resolve the crisis. Putin's subsequent warning about the effective range of Russia's air-launched hypersonic missiles in the Black Sea region was a bold and calculated move with important consequences. The warning was delivered through official and diplomatic channels, reaching the highest levels of the U.S. government. Careful efforts were made to explain the gravity of the situation. Putin's warning was backed by precise technical information emphasizing that Russia's air-launched hypersonic missiles are capable of reaching and hitting targets as far away as American aircraft carriers stationed in the Mediterranean. The warning was strategically timed to coincide with rising tensions in the Middle East, particularly the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This timing was intended to emphasize Russia's influence in the region and its ability to influence the balance of power. By emphasizing the threat to American assets, Putin demonstrated Russia's deterrent capabilities. He sent a clear message that any attack on Russian interests would be met with a strong defense. The warning had political consequences both at home and abroad. It reinforced Putin's image as a strong leader defending Russian interests and showed the international community that Russia is ready to defend its strategic goals. In a Middle East war involving numerous international leaders, Putin's warning has added a new and complex dimension to an already complicated geopolitical landscape. The warning had an audience beyond the United States and Russia, with other countries and international organizations watching the situation closely. It had the potential to shape global perspectives on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and broader regional dynamics. In conclusion, the evolving situation